Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where we are in a slightly dire situation. Our Shadowhawk 2C got, I would say, essentially one shot. I mean, it wasn't. They took several rounds to do it. Well, not rounds, several mech moves to do it. But we didn't get a chance to respond to it, really. But it's dead, and we are against several mechs that are heavily outweighing us. There's a chariot here, which isn't too bad, but there's a longbow, there is an Orion and a Mackie, and there's a crossbow over here, as well as a Shadowcat 3. We've mostly eliminated what's over here, but not entirely just yet. So this Centurion is going to close in to this position here. I am going to Vigilance it, as it is basically our front runner here. And we are going to go for the rear arc on this crossbow. Hopefully we get some good rolls here and take out this crossbow. That would be amazing if we did. It was okay. It wasn't great. Sure. So our ally is going to move next. We'll see where they go. We are flanking around with this ghost. Which ally unit is going to move? Ah, this guy. That's not helpful. That's not helpful at all.
I'm receiving you.
So this Centurion is also going to move in. I'm going to sprint it to have unobstructed LOS and get in a little closer. And we're also going to go for the rear arc on this crossbow. Do we go for slug ammunition here? I don't think so. Light him up. That is an engine crit. It's not an engine destruction. Okay, our Veagle is going to absolutely make its way up over this way, and this puts us inside arc of that guy. I don't really like it, but we're going to go for this just to try to get him unsteady. Okay. That's something, anyway. So our ghost is going to continue to flank around. We can't make it all the way up. Our heat is pretty high. We're going to sink heat this round. The ghost is the only one over there. The Phoenix jumps. Does a lot of damage to his own chariot there. And none to us. I like it. They should keep doing this. We're going to move up with our Blackjack. And we have double triggered at this point the crossbow's AMS. But I'm thinking about dropping a standard arrow 4 over here on either the Mackie or the Orion, and the odds are exactly the same, so let's do it. That was a terrible shot. Perhaps the worst shot I've ever seen. The Plainsman is going for a side arc attack there on the crossbow. I don't really like that. Ooh, that's a melee. A charge, in fact. And it hit. Ooh, that's really bad. That is really, really bad. That is extremely unlucky that that charge hit.
Oh, crap. Oh, that hit me.
Okay. The longbow didn't fire again. Is he out of ammo? No, he's just not firing.
Good to go.
So, this Hunchback is required at this point to respond to this Shadowcat. We have no option. It has to happen. We did hit the melee attack. That's great. That wasn't a great firing, though.
Target's taking a critical hit.
Okay. So at this point, this Hunchback is going to move up.
Position confirmed.
And let's check our positioning here. Pretty good hit odds on that Shadowcat. And I think we'll take it. This is side arc. Yeah, that was solid. That's a knockdown on the Shadowcat. Okay. That's great. Next up. This is going to hurt. This is really going to hurt. The Centurion might be dead. That knockdown is extremely saddening. Oof. Okay. So far, so good. The Mackie hasn't moved yet. The Orion hasn't moved yet. The Zephyr is positioning over there, going for the Ghost. That's fine. We don't mind that.
Reporting minimal damage.
The Mackie moves up. Ow. That could have been worse.
I'm catching some serious shit.
But
here,
honestly, that knockdown is really, really painful for us. The Orion moves up, is also going to go for the Centurion. Okay. The armor's holding for now,
Getting banged up real
but how
good
much
here.
longer? The answer is not much, especially with the crossbow moving in phase 18 here.
Yes, Commander.
We have to get up here, and we have to hope that we get some good hits on this crossbow. Our hit odds aren't good. This is what saving the Centurion comes down to. We're going to Vigilance this Centurion. We missed everything.
Failed to connect.
Literally everything. That really, really hurts. Helicopter moves up. That's an ejection from the Shadowcat, sure. But our Centurion is pretty donezo. There's nothing we can do about it. That charge sucked. I was hoping the 3 evasive pips would be enough to make the charge miss. It was not. And that missed too. We're getting some really bad rolls here. I mean, our hit odds haven't been great throughout, but we haven't been getting... I guess instead of... Ooh. Oh. Why would they go for the ghost? I mean, the Centurion's still dead. These guys get to move before we can get the Centurion up, but... That was... fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Let's see, we've got our Veagle there. I don't know why it made that choice, the AI. That was very strange. But we basically have no option on moving the Hunchback. We have to put it here in an attempt to block LOS.
Moving out.
And we're going to fire on the Mackie. The Mackie does have an exposed rear arc. Interesting.
Roger.
We did manage to hit the Orion with the stray shot. But we're trying to take the flak with the Hunchy rather than with the Centurion here. I don't know that we're going to succeed on this, to be clear. Our Hunchback is not going to have LOS on anything right now.
Order.
The Veagle, I feel like, is going to make its way up over this way.
Understood. Moving fast.
And what are our hit odds like? Pretty low. So we're going to go for the Chariot, I guess. But I'm not happy about it. Okay.
Standing by.
Next up, our Ghost. Our Ghost is going to move up to, I feel like, this position here,
Affirmative.
which covers us on this arc from this crossbow, and allows us to go for the Royal Zephyr, which we're going to hope that we get reasonable rolls here, but our odds aren't great. Yep. Like I said, odds aren't great. These guys have just been disengaging. The Orion moves up, goes for the Centurion. Ow. I was hoping that the Hunchy would block LOS, or that our pilot would eject. That would be good too. But unfortunately, no such luck. We're going to move up with our Blackjack.
Confirmed.
And at this point, who do we go for? Do we go for the Phoenix? Maybe. Let's do it.
Done.
That's a knockdown on that Phoenix. Okay. Now, our Centurion is still pretty dead. I'm reasonably certain of this. Unless we get ludicrously lucky here. Chariot moves over, goes for the Centurion. Ow. Okay, so that's a pilot incapacitation. They may or may not be dead. We'll find out in a moment. The longbow moves through the fire, continues to take a bunch of heat. Okay. Fine. So, I mean, that Centurion is going to be painful to replace, but We'll see. That was... Sarge is okay. It was Geezer, who is apparently dead, according to this. We'll see. We have, I think, a 3% chance to save them, but they're probably dead. Now, we're punching way above our weight, right? This is not shocking that we're taking losses. But I want to keep going here.
Waiting for orders.
Our Centurion is going to position... Honestly, at this point, I feel like we back off slightly. And we position over here.
10-4.
Okay. Our Hunchback is going to do the same. We're going to head over this direction. We're going to try to use our speed to our advantage and close in on them up here. Clear out some of these littler guys pretty quick. And let our vehicle fire support continue to do their thing like that. So our Veagle is going to pop up over here. And I think that right here is perfectly fine for LOS purposes. I am going to Vigilance our Veagle just in case we only have the one evasive pip. And we are going to go for the kill on this Phoenix Hawk. And there it is. Okay.
Hostile eliminated.
So there's another medium down. They've still got the Longbow, the Orion, the Mackie, and the Chariot up here. And of course, over here, they've still got the Royal Zephyr and the Crossbow. We have nothing other than mediums right now. We are... The fact that we're going toe-to-toe with these guys is, on its own, tremendous. I'm very happy about this so far. Assuming we win. Assuming we win. We should be able to at least get an Orion out of this. Crossbow is going for the Ghost. That's going to hurt. Actually, that wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. Okay. Next up, the Joust is going to move, but not do anything.
Yes, Commander.
Our Ghost can't make it into the rear arc. Oh, we can. What are our melee hit odds? I think we survive a rear arc attack from this guy. What are our overheat chances? Moderate. Do it. Do it.
Ugh.
Solid hit.
Critical hit, Commander. Watch my heat.
I was hoping for a kill there. I shouldn't have used Infernal ammo. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. Our Blackjack is going to move up. And we're going to continue dropping artillery rounds up here. We're going to drop it on the Mackie this time because they're clustered. That was a solid hit right there. I like it. The Mackie is going to move and fire on the helicopter and completely miss. I love it. That is amazing.
I'm here.
Okay, our 4x1 does have the ability to take a pot shot here. And that is on the crossbow, and we're going to take that.
Confirmed.
Okay. So we knocked down that building, sure. That actually did some damage to the crossbow as well. Quite a lot of it, in fact. The Orion moves up, also goes for the DI, shoots it down probably, but no, it actually lives. I like that a lot. That's a good stroke of fortune. They're using up their ammo and their heat. They do have ammo left. The Chariot moves up, also goes for the DI, does not succeed in shooting it down. Kind of getting snapped all over the place with the camera here. Who else do they move phase 13? It is the Orion. Okay. Let's see what the Orion does here. The Royal Zephyr as well. Going for the rear attack on the Ghost, missing everything. I love it. Okay.
Battle mech power up detected.
Okay, the longbow powers up. Sure. So it's our allies' turn right now. It's going to be the DI. Goes for the Mackie. Does some damage.
Yes,
We'll take
command.
it. The Veagle at this point is going to proceed to here, I think. Or are we going to move forward a little bit more? Like poke our way out to, say, here. Yes, we'll do this.
Put the pedal down.
I'm going... I wanted to Vigilance again, but we can't. We're instead going to do as much side arc damage as we can into this longbow. Yes, this is strong side, but longbows are not intended to be taking fire like this.
Fire in the full sound.
And that longbow is actually straight up dead. That's one assault down.
Stangled down. I'm out of short range.
Okay.
missiles.
That changes the landscape quite a lot. Phase 18, our ally is moving. Going for the Orion, doing an additional chunk of damage. I like it. That Orion's armor is chunking down.
I'm here.
The Centurion is going to join our Veagle up here. And
I'm
our
receiving.
Ghost is going to change our rear arc angle, for sure. We're going to come up over here. We're going to fire this in dead fire. And this is all we're going to do.
Ugh.
This should be a kill on the crossbow. Okay, that's one dead crossbow.
Mech destroyed. My heat gauge is getting pretty high.
Yes, indeed it is. Okay, the Joust moves up, goes for the Chariot, does a solid amount of damage there. In fact, that's an ejection on the Chariot.
Ready for order.
This is starting to look very good. What is the Mackey's backup weapons? Energy weapons only. Okay, good to know. We're going to move up with this Hunchback. We're going to position it not here, but rather here for LOS purposes. Okay. Next up,
Aye, aye.
our 4X1 is going to continue to head over this direction where hopefully we can get into this firing arc over here. Our ally is going to make a move here with the Plainsman, and I would love to see it attack this Mackie in the rear arc, but there's no way it can do that. It can, however, go for the Mackie with Inferno rounds, which I really like. The Orion moves up, goes for the Plainsman, we don't care.
Receiving
That is
you.
as irrelevant to us as it is possible to be right now. We are going to go, at this point, for the Orion with the Blackjack. Soften that armor.
Firing full complement on enemy.
Very nice. That gyro crit the Mackie, and his rear arc is getting very weak indeed. I mean, Mackies aren't much of an assault mech, right? But they are an assault mech, technically. The Royal Zephyr attempts to go for rear arc on the Ghost again. It does get some damage in now. This is not surprising. The Ghost is fully capable of going for the Royal Zephyr. The Mackie moves up, goes for the Plainsman, and doesn't get much done. It does sink some heat. The DI going for the Zephyr here. I really would have preferred that they go for the Orion or the Mackie. Either would have been okay. Phase 18. Oh, the Zephyr gets to move immediately again? It's going side arc this time. That's fine. Okay. It should have gone for another rear arc attack, I feel like, but I don't know that it would have gotten through the armor, so maybe that wouldn't have been for the best. Let's go ahead and move up to here. We can't sprint any further than we can run, and we're going to need to sink heat this round. So maybe just fire the small pulse.
Engaging target.
Yeah, didn't get anything done there. That's okay. We needed to sink the heat. The Joust moves up, goes for the Mackie. Does a solid amount of damage. I like that a lot.
I'm receiving you.
This Centurion is, at this point, the right side is relatively injured. We could position it here, like this, exposing the left side.
Double time. Let's go.
Vigilance it. And we can go for either of these. This would be side arc on the Orion into its weak side. Or we could go front arc into the Mackie, which does still have a good amount of armor. I'm going to go for the Orion. Hit odds are better, and this is side arc. We can probably eliminate some of the weapons.
Copy that.
That wasn't ideal, to be sure. It is unsteady, though, which is nice. We're going to move in with this Hunchy and try to make this be the primary target here. We're going to grab a third evasive pip, and we're going to go for that Orion yet again.
Engaging.
We did take out the SRM-4, that's something. The Orion moves phase 9,
AC-20 ammo.
so we're going to try to get up into this firing arc. Unfortunately, this still isn't quite in LOS. Is there a building we can shoot down to get in LOS or something? Like this one? Yeah, do it.
Roger.
Take down that building. Perfect. That'll get us an LOS next round.
Done.
And clear LOS for these guys. So that'll be good. Phase 14, the Mackie will move. We'll see what it decides to do here. The Plainsman will move first, though. And hit him with a few Infernos. I like it. The Mackie is currently panicked and firing on our Hunchback and not doing much. That was great. I love it. Okay. At this point, our Blackjack is going to continue to close in. Our heat is a little bit high. We're going to not fire the ER large, but we are going to fire the Arrow 4. That was really solid. An engine primitive crit and a knockdown on the Orion. That worked tremendously well. I love it. Okay. That was a lot of damage there. And in fact, an AC-10 ammo explosion taking out the Orion. Very nice. All that's left up here now is the Mackie. And we're going to attempt to get ourselves a clear LOS with the Beagle. And then fire on this guy. Probably not firing the ERPPC here for heat purposes. Just trying to build up some instability on this guy. Next round, we're going to move in with this Centurion. We still want to expose like so. And we're going to do as much front arc damage to this Mackie as we can. We're basically through this front armor. And that's a dead Mackie.
Target's down.
Boy, when this cleaned up, it cleaned up fast. We did lose 2 mechs. I don't know how permanently. But all things considered, considering how far above our weight class we were punching, I think that this is very, very solid losses. I don't mind. We were in a good place financially, too. The Zephyr moves phase 15, and our Ghost also moves phase 15. Let's move up over here with the Blackjack, drop an additional Inferno round on this Zephyr. This is, I think, our final Arrow 4 round. Excellent. Oh, a pilot ejection. Perfect. So we're going to just send our Beagle up over here. That's all of the enemies gone. And our Ghost is going to start backtracking over this direction and try to make it into this target zone. We need to get the secondary one done. In fact, our Hunchback may be able to get there.
Confirmed.
Okay. So let's exit combat here. Perfect. And our Blackjack will just head up here along with our Centurion and our Hunchy. Boy, they must have really not liked this painting to send all of these, all of this weight to go get it back.
We have the secondary asset, Commander. Bring it home.
Not much ammo
Oh,
left in that
okay.
location.
There's an infantry ambush. Okay, so on top of that, there was an infantry ambush. Sounds good. So,
Minor damage.
how many are there? 5? Oh, they actually destroyed this one. That's nice. With their stray shot. Okay, this shouldn't be a big deal to take care of. We are going to immediately eliminate this one. Well, I don't know that...
Affirmative.
Yep, okay, it's gone. Wonderful. Wait, there wasn't one in that
Target
building.
destroyed.
There wasn't one in that building. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Our Ghost is going to make its way up over this direction-ish.
All right,
It's not going to be
let's
very
move.
useful in this ambush.
Ready for
Our
orders.
Hunchy will position right here.
Position confirmed.
And which one of these are we going to go for? 70, 90, and 70. We'll go for... Honestly, we're not going to kill any of them. Not with this mech. It doesn't matter. Our allies will go for this heavy rifle platoon. I like it. Not the building it's in, unfortunately, but they probably should go for the building it's in, if I'm honest. We're going to position our hunchback here. And our mission is to eliminate... I think these buildings are exactly the same. We're going to go for this one.
Aye, aye. Engaging target.
Fantastic.
Target destroyed.
So now there are 3 rifle platoons left. Our blackjack will go for, let's see here, 50, 70, and 70. We're going to go for this one. We're not going to kill it.
Locking on target.
We'll get it 5 HP away from dead. Excellent. The Veagle is going to grab this position. Yep. We'll let him board. And we're going to take out this heavy rifle platoon.
I'm gonna make some splash.
Excellent. 2 heavy platoons, or 2 infantry platoons left, rather. This must have been some artist. Okay. Going for the blackjack there. They crit the arrow 4,
Critical hit.
but it's not dead. All's good.
We have the asset, Commander.
Wait, we wiped the Op 4 out? There's still infantry platoons. Apparently they don't count. Good to know. Good to know. Well, I mean, those infantry platoons were dead that round anyway, so it's not a big deal. So we did end up losing 2 mechs. Let's see if they're permanently lost. But honestly, we punched so far above our weight with that one. So far. Centurion is going to take some work to get back together. Killed in action. And Sarge managed to survive. The Shadowhawk 2C actually appears to be reasonably fine. So, what do we want to grab here? I definitely want an Orion part. I think that gets us a fully functional Orion. I definitely don't want a Mackie part. We'll roulette a Mackie part. Mackies are not good. We will, however, grab a longbow part. And we could grab 3 Crusader parts or a crossbow part. I think I'll grab 1 crossbow part, 2 Crusader parts, and then we'll roulette the rest. Yeah, there's good stuff down here. We'll roulette all of it. We need to get chassis. So we are going to keep that. Narc Launcher we'll keep. A tag. Yeah, we'll keep that. A clan active probe we will keep. Regular heat sinks, get out of here. A clan heatsink kit we will keep. Small jump jets, basic sensor, standard heatsink. Okay, and then this ammo we'll keep. Hydra. Yeah, I was deeply unimpressed by the Hydra. Also, I don't really like swarm LRMs, so we'll do something like that. Okay, now as far as repairing our mechs go, it's going to be interesting. We had 1 pilot fatality, it seems. But overall, that went better than I expected. If we can get an Orion out of it, I think that will be worthwhile. And I'm pretty sure... Is that going to bring us to 4 of 5 Orion parts, or 5 of 5? We'll see, but there was only the 1 part available. We also managed, of course, to get our hands on a longbow part, and getting a longbow would be amazing for us. Yes, Geezer has died. 500k and 40 days. Do it. That's really not too bad, all things considered. Okay, so Geezer died. That, of course, means that we need to hire another mech warrior. And who's cheapest here? That would be Blade. So we are going to hire Blade.
New mech warriors available.
And let's see if he's got training that he needs immediately. He does not. He has 0 XP in the tank. Okay, that's going to go great. As far as the mechs getting fully repaired, we'll see what they need after Yang does what he does. We're going to need the Quick Draw and the Centurion as, like, top priority. These others, they are going to take some time. There's no doubt about it. We took a pretty big beating in that one, and given the fact that we were punching so far above our weight, that's not shocking. But we succeeded, and that is ultimately what matters. Let's take a look at our storage here and see if there is an Orion in here that we can bring out. I'm not 100% sure that there is. That would be 4 parts. Okay. So we need 1 more Orion part, 1 more Marauder part. We're getting close on a lot of these. We need 2 Archer parts. Great. Okay, so we did get that Mackie part. We also have a Longbow part and 2 Awesome parts. So we're working our way up. There's no doubt about it. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to work on getting these repairs done. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.